Hey, what's up, everybody? You see the thumbnail, you see the description. Thank you for joining me for an episode of I Said What I Said. I'm your host, Mike Diamond. What do you see today? You see some relaxed Saturday casual swag. We got the Rolex Presidential on the wrist. And what do you smell? Versace Eros Flame. Don't ask questions, just do this. She's gonna love it, all right? Now, what are we talking about today? Kevin Samuels, the notorious godfather of Red Pill, strikes again on YouTube. The guy's killing it. Judging by the thumbnail, you probably think I'm gonna be digging in on him right now. And I just wanna set the record straight. I'm a big fan of Kevin Samuels, okay? I agree with 99% of what the brother says, so shout out to you. However, this time I think you might have ran off the tracks a little bit, so much to the point where I actually decided to put something in your comments. So without much further ado.
Am I sitting down?
You're sitting down. You might want to lean back. Because I don't know what you ladies expect from men. The kind of man that you would want to marry is attracted to other women, but it sounds like your husband went through his best to keep it from you. He did not put it in your face.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear.
Your husband sounds like he did his best to hide it from you.
That was so
Yeah.
crazy, you had to
Put
say
it
it
in your
twice. Like,
face.
excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
I did a video Monday talking about high value men cheat. Ladies, I don't know if you if your husband was attractive to you, he's attracted to another woman. But he was trying to keep it behind your back, cheating with a married woman. What do you think you're gonna find out here now? You thinking the next man you find is gonna just be loyal to you?
Well, I definitely have a lot of trust issues now.
Well, is it trust? See, this is what I don't understand. Let's take it away from you because it's too personal. In the animal kingdom, name me the species are mammal of the male of the species and mammals normally monogamous?
Not many.
No. So you gave up your husband, who proposed to you in 6 months and married you,
Right.
and you were building a life with it, but he was cheating with a married woman. So she had a husband too. They were seeing one another. The only way he found out about it is from a dirty Mackin or somebody in a co-worker who was probably just hating on him. Was it the man who told you?
Yes.
Of course, because he wanted to get in your ass.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
So you wrecked your own home.
So you think I should have stayed with him when he was cheating the entire time?
Huh, you ain't gonna like my show. Yeah?
All right, stop it right there.
Because now what you got?
Woo! In what world? In what world are we telling women that their dignity has a price? In what world are we telling women that if you want to live a certain lifestyle with a certain level of men, that you just have to accept infidelity? I got a news flash for you. The anecdotal animal similes you put together, it don't work, because there's a difference between animals and people.
Exactly.
Animals only have instincts. We have presence of self. So if a dog sees a dog bent over, it's gonna hump it, right? But if a dog sees a human bent over, guess what the dog gonna do? It's gonna still hump it, because it has no perception of self and right and wrong. It only has instincts. People know when they're doing wrong. Now, he goes on in his video to say that a high value man, by his definition, is not cheating in those situations, but he's exercising his options. And to that I say, if you want to exercise your options, go for it. Exercise your options, but don't let a woman believe that you're not, right? I'm in a relationship. The last thing my woman got to worry about is me cheating, okay? I got options, and if I wanted to play those options, I would go play those and set her free, because you're doing a couple of things to the dating market. The first thing is you're gonna get caught. Whether a coworker tells her or she's gonna find it in your phone, you're gonna get caught, and you're just putting another hurt, disgruntled woman on the dating market, making it harder for the regular guy that's trying to get her. But the second thing you're doing is you're devaluing yourself. He's talking to a specific demographic of men, the top 10% of men who make $100,000 or more a year. As somebody who falls in that category, I have to say that that is one part of what your value is, But the other part is your integrity, your discipline. It's not easy to make $8,333 a month. It's not. To make $100,000 a year, you gotta make $8,333 a month. The discipline that it takes to do that is immense. The discipline that it takes to do that for a long period of time is even more. So why go through all of that to make yourself considered high quality, knowing that 95% of the women out there want a man who can provide the life that you can provide, but then just completely obliterate that by having low character, by being a slave to your dick? What kind of sense does that make? A man who is above his sexual urges is a dangerous man. You go through all of that trouble building your wealth, building your fortune, and it'll all just go to flames by just slipping into the wrong woman. The wrong woman will take you down. The wrong woman will release a sex tape. The wrong woman will have a baby that you don't want to have, or even worse, give you an STD or something like that. So if you're going to be a high value man, yes, make the money, provide the lifestyle, go to the fancy restaurants and dress nice, right? I talked about my Rolex when we first started in my cologne, but the thing that makes me high value is, as long as I'm in a relationship, you other women don't stand a chance. I'm not gonna take away my freedom to be with a woman that I don't wanna really be with. You understand what I'm saying? The animal analogies work in a lot of ways as far as the dominance of an alpha man, other men wanting to follow alphas. But in this respect, we have to be human enough to not dehumanize ourselves and say that we're no better than lions and dogs. We also cook our food. We also flush when we take a piss, right? So if we're gonna follow the animals, let's do everything like them. Let's take a poop on the ground and kick the dirt up with our feet, you know? If we're gonna be animals. At the end of the day, ladies, your dignity is not for sale. There's no such thing as a man making enough money to deserve to cheat on you. Hey, look, man, you're no good to anybody else if you're not good for yourself first. There's certain characteristics that you have to have innately before you can actually be a positive force in another woman's life, all right? So I will tell anybody, because I know I'm gonna have, guys in their 40s watching this video, and I'm probably gonna have a couple of teenagers to the mid-20s watching. So for my young fellas out there, my advice to you would be, don't do any serious dating before 30, before 28. Anything too serious at that age, you're destining yourself for a lot of internal battles, because there's just a lot of biology happening that you don't really have that much control over. And you don't have what it takes really to keep a woman satisfied. And when I say satisfied, I'm not talking sexually. I mean, you don't have what it takes to titillate her intellect and to invoke her emotions in a way that makes her want to stay with you for life. Like, you don't have that yet at 23 years old. I know you like to think you know yourself, but I'm turning 38 here pretty soon. I had no idea who I was when I was 23. There was no way I could be a husband to somebody at 23 years old. Wait until you're in your 30s. Wait until the light comes on. You found your purpose. You're actually walking in line with what you're meant to do. Wait till money's not a problem anymore. I mean, think about this scenario. At 23 years old, when you find a girlfriend, you're thinking about it more from the perspective of, I want to have somebody that I can have regular, safe sex with. I want to have somebody who's pretty, that makes me look good. But at 23 years old, you're also thinking, I'm trying to have somebody who can split bills with me. I live in California. It's expensive here, right? So if I'm looking for a girlfriend and I'm making the national median average for a man, which is $45,000 a year, then that means I'm looking for somebody to split bills with too. And if you're splitting bills with a woman, her attitude towards you is gonna be very different than what it is if you could take care of everything and she's living under your umbrella of security. Now her role, like, she can actually live in her femininity wholly and truly because she has a masculine man in the house. There is no femininity without the presence of masculinity. And you can't really be in your masculine energy if you're still looking for somebody to split the bills with. Like, that's just real talk. The way I see it, money affects men and women very differently depending on, where you are in life. And I know when a man makes money, the first thing that comes to his mind, and you don't even have to be a millionaire for this, but the minute you start getting secure, you start thinking about taking care of a woman. Like, it's natural. Again, when you're in your 20s, you're looking for somebody to split bills with, which means she also has to have a brain. She has to have drive. She's got to be able to, conversate and things like that. But when you got your money, you're not relying on her income anymore. That means you don't care how much money she makes, how much drive she has. And men will literally just reduce his expectations of a woman down to how good does she make me look in public. Women, on the other hand, are very, very different. When a woman makes a lot of money, she starts to tell herself, and I hate to say it, but this is very, very prevalent in the black community, even when a woman is not really making that much money. The minute a sister could take care of her own bills, the first thing you start to hear her say is things like, I don't need a man, I can do for myself. Women start to tell themselves they're too good for any man once they start to make money, because they do directly attribute masculinity to your ability to provide resources. They gauge how much they should respect you by how much more you can do than what they have done. Like, you'll hear women try to be nice about it and say, he has to be able to do at least what I do. That's not true, because you're still her peer, which means she's still gonna talk to you like that. But until you can be in a situation where you have a track record of success and you can show a woman that you can do something that she either can't do or has yet to do for herself, you're gonna always be one of those guys complaining about why you can't get respect from a woman, why you can't get her to do the little thing you like her to do for your birthday, and things like that. The money part is important, and most men's responsible light don't really turn on until we're in our mid to late 30s. That's just the reality of it. Until we get in our mid to late 30s, we're not really thinking about insurance, retirement accounts, paying taxes. You know how many men I know in their 30s that have never paid taxes ever? So if you plan on being a leader, right? Because if you're saying you want a woman to follow you, that means you're also aspiring to be a leader. If you're looking to be a leader, then there's certain foundational things you gotta have in place. And you're not gonna have that at 23, 24, 25 years old. The only thing you have that an old dude don't have at 23 years old is the no-look erection. No stimulation needed, you can get hard on impact, and an old man could buy that. Right? An old man could buy that. Take care of yourself. Get yourself right in your 20s, because these women are not gonna respect you to the level that you think you want that early in life. Be good to yourself. Have the discipline to honor whoever you decide to put in your life. And if you don't feel like you have that yet, be honest with yourself and don't bring a woman into your life. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I know you're all wondering, how did I get this majestic beard, right? The first thing is moisture is everything, all right? Brushing it and combing it is all good, but if you got dry hair, you're gonna be pulling that hair out every night. To keep it intact and full and thick, find a good barber, but also get Black Diamond Beard Care products. Black Diamond Beard Care products are all natural with a proprietary blend of essential oils. I'm telling you, from day one to now, my beard is night and day different. I get complimented on a regular basis. My kids love it. My girlfriend loves stroking their hands in it. The full kit comes with wooden combs, the oils, the beard washes. They smell amazing. The names of the fragrances are all synonyms of luxury. So my favorite fragrance is Opulence. They have another one called Affluence. And there's a new one coming out called Swagger Dagger that will be out this spring. More of a sweet scent, Japanese cherry blossom based. Is very, very good. But keep it moisturized, fresh out of the shower. While it's wet, throw some oil in there, throw your balm in, wood comb, only keep the static out of your beard. And I'm telling you, it'll be night and day difference. Give it 90 days. Send me your pictures. I'd love to see a before and after. Speaking of before and after, I'll show you mine right now. This is not a joke. This is bona fide. I wasn't born with this. I didn't start growing a mustache until maybe 22 years old, 21, 22. When I was 27, all of a sudden I had like a little bit of the jawbone coming in, and it wasn't really connecting like that. But when it started to really grow, I had to start really paying attention to it. Give it a look. The link is in the description below. To sum all of this up, like, Kevin, you my boy. Don't come for me, Kevin. I love you. I love what you do. I love how you're empowering men. I agree with 99.99% of the things you say. But I think by giving women the idea that their dignity is for sale, it's only gonna produce more angry, middle-aged, inaccessible women that good men could give good lives to. And listen, I'm one of the main people that will say, we're always listening to women to tell us what a real man is. Like, a real man will love me and my kids. A real man is gonna love me and my stretch marks. A real man will love me fat or love me skinny. I say that all the time. But a real man should not have to go through those things either, which means a real man wouldn't contribute to that problem. Let's respect our ladies. Let's give them some grace. Be good to yourself, because if you ain't good to yourself, you ain't good to nobody else. I've said enough about this. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to interact with you. So let me know what you think about this segment. And Kevin, don't kill me. Peace.
Damn right. Yeah, I said what I said.